when we want to tell somebody what someone else has said, we can use either direct speech, meaning exact words in quotation marks, or indirect speech, which are also known as reported speech. Now, the latter variant is more common. Have a look at the examples over here. Liz said, "I work as a nanny." Now, this is a direct speech. Liz said that she works as a nanny, and this is a reported speech. Now, in reported speech, the reporting verb can stay in the present simple if the original word are still true or repeated very often. Have a look at the example below. Pam always tells me that she is going to get a gym membership. Now, the verb is in the present simple because this is something that Pam always says. And if something is no longer true or happened some time ago, there is a backshift of tenses in reported speech. For example, we can use the past simple instead of the present simple. Now let's have a look at the backshift of tenses. Present simple to past simple. Example of a direct speech: I like this movie. Reported speech: Kate told me that she liked that movie. Present continuous to past continuous. Direct speech: I'm working on the important project. Reported speech: Jim said that he was working on the important project. Past simple to past perfect. Direct speech: We bought a house. Reported speech: The Smiths said that they had bought a house. Present perfect to past perfect. Direct speech: I have known Mr. Ola for ages. Reported speech: Peter claimed that he had known Mr. Ola for ages. Present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. Direct speech: I have been waiting for you for an hour. Reported speech: Mike complained that he had been waiting for me for an hour. Past continuous to past perfect continuous. Direct speech: We were working day and night. Reported speech: They told me that they had been working day and night. Will to would. Direct speech: I will see you tomorrow. Reported speech: Andrew told me that he would see me the following day. Can to could. Direct speech: Can you open this jar? Reported speech: Betty asked me if I could open that jar. Note that we also need to change time or place expressions and demonstratives in reported speech. Have a look at the table below. Now, in direct speech, we use today. Reported speech: that day. Now. Then. Yesterday. The day before. Days ago. Days before. Last week. The week before. Next year. The following year. Tomorrow. The next or the following day. Here. There. This. That. These. Those. Now, the structure of the reported clause depends on whether we are reporting a statement, a question, or an imperative. A. Statements consisting of a reporting clause and a reported clause begin with that, although we can omit that in informal speech. Have a look at the example below. My sister told me that she wanted to move to China for a year. Note that that can be omitted in informal speech. B. Yes or no questions and questions with or consist of a reporting clause, and a reported clause begin with if or whether. Note that the reported clause does not retain the word order of questions. Make sure to use if or whether plus subject plus verb instead. Have a look at the examples below. My boss asked me if or whether I had written the report on Thursday. If or whether I, subject, had written, verb. My boss asked me if or whether I had written the report on Thursday or Friday. WH questions consist of a reporting clause and a reported clause beginning with WH word, such as who, what, when, where, why, or how. Note that the reported clause does not retain the word order of questions. Make sure to use if or whether plus subject plus verb instead. Have a look at the examples below. Jack wanted to know what happened to our colleague. The police was investigating who lived in that building. C. Imperatives. Imperatives consist of a reporting clause and a reported clause beginning with not, to plus infinitive. Have a look at the examples below. My mom told me not to come home very late. She also asked me to buy some bread. And now, let's review and practice a bit. Remember that if something is no longer true or happened some time ago, there is a backshift of tenses in reported speech. Now, provide the reported speech of the sentences below. She said, I'll go to Kate's place. She said that she would go to Kate's place. Mr. Kane stated the prices are expected to rise. Mr. Kane stated that the prices are expected to rise. Nancy asked, Peter, where do you live? Nancy asked Peter where he lived. And now, read the sentences below and change the time or place expressions and demonstratives in reported speech accordingly. He promised me he would call me tomorrow. He promised me that he would call me the following day. Lucy said that she bought this blouse and these jeans online. Lucy said that she bought that blouse and those jeans online. Here's a short story using reported speech. Listen as I read so you can see how they are used in real-life conversation. After I'm done, make sure you understand all the grammar and read aloud yourself so that you can work on your own fluency and pronunciation. How did the meeting go? Well, our boss told us that he had been researching the current market and he had found an additional source of funding. And what will you be doing now? Will your tasks change? He stated that some of us would be working on new projects the following month, but he couldn't disclose any details at that time. And now, time for you to practice on your own. Read the following sentences and find mistakes. A. Sarah was complaining that she had spent a month looking for an apartment. B. They asked me if did I want to sign up for free? C. Peter told me that they were going to Bali. D. It was stated that the meeting will be called off. E. Bill told me that he had never been abroad. And now, write sentences in reported speech. A. My parents said to me, "Don't worry." B. I'm busy looking for an apartment now, Kelly said. C. Why weren't you at the party? He asked. D. It is written, Mr. A will launch a new project. E. Philip asked, Jane, do you want to go to the movies with me? And now, let's check your answers. Sarah was complaining that she had spent a month looking for an apartment. They asked me if I wanted to sign up for free. Peter told me that they were going to Bali. It was stated that the meeting would be called off. Bill told me that he had never been abroad. My parents told me not to worry. Kelly said that she was busy looking for an apartment then. He asked me why I hadn't been at the party. It was written that Mr. A would launch a new project. Philip asked Jane if she wanted to go to the movies with him. Thank you for watching this tutorial.